Sweet wort, the sugary liquid extracted from malted grains, in today's world serves as a foundation for brewing beer. But it isn't its only purpose. Throughout the ages, all people enjoyed sweets, and in a world where refined sugars didn't exist yet, sweet wort was a magical liquid only some people knew how to make. Today's tutorial is how to make that magical sweet wort from malted grains for cooking, baking, and making beverages, and how to preserve it for a future use. To start, you will need any malted grain. You can purchase them in your local breweries or make your own. You will find a video on how to make it on my channel and a link to it in the description under this video. Wheat and rye malt will give you wort that actually tastes sweet and can be a great addition to your baked goods, where barley malt will only provide fermentable sugars to feed yeast that we do not experience with our taste buds as something sweet, and is used mostly for making beverages. To achieve different colors, flavors, and aromas, you can combine your base malt, also called pale malt, which has its enzymes still intact, with toasted malts and fermented red rye malt, as long as toasted malts do not exceed 30% of total grain you use. Higher temperatures that I use to achieve different colors also kill enzymes that we need to do all the work. Our task is to activate malt enzymes by introducing water and various temperatures to allow them to break down complex starches in the grain into simple sugars. To make that task easier for enzymes and faster for us, we will need to crack the husk and expose the endosperm without pulverizing the grain. You can use an adjustable grain mill or a coffee grinder. We are going to use 1:5 ratio, 1 part by weight of malted grain to 5 parts by weight of water. Today for demonstration, I will use 1 kilogram of malted barley and 5 liters of water. It will make 3 liters of wort, or about a liter of malt extract. Place 1 kilogram of cracked malted grain of your choice in a large pot and add 5 liters of water at temperature of 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Mix it, cover it with a lid and a thick towel or a blanket to retain temperature as much as possible, and let it rest for 30 minutes. This is an acid pass that helps to lower acidity and is crucial for optimal enzyme activity. When time is up, remove your towel and the lid, and on medium heat, bring the temperature to 55 degrees Celsius or 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Always stir it to make sure the temperature is more or less consistent between the bottom of your pot and the top. This is a protein pause that activates enzymes responsible for breaking down large protein molecules into smaller peptides and amino acids. Turn the heat off and again cover your pot with a lid and a towel and let it rest for another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, on medium heat and continuously stirring, bring the temperature to 65 degrees Celsius or 150 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a sugar pause, and during this time, enzymes will convert starches into simple sugars. Turn off the heat, cover it, and let it rest for 1 hour. The next pause is when sugars will get extracted. On medium heat and continuously stirring, bring the temperature to 75 degrees Celsius or 167 degrees Fahrenheit. Turn the heat off and keep it covered for 1 hour. At the end of this pause, you can do an iodine test to see if sugars were extracted. Take a small sample of your wort and add a drop of iodine. It should change color from brown to purple or indigo. If it didn't, continue this pause until it does. To finish, on medium heat and continuously stirring, bring the temperature to 78 degrees Celsius or 172 degrees Fahrenheit. Cover it and let it rest for 20 minutes. When time is up, strain it through a sieve and your wort is ready. The problem with wort that it doesn't keep well. Wort is most susceptible to bacterial contamination and oxidation immediately after it is made. Rapid cooling slows down these processes. You can make an ice bath to quickly bring the wort temperature down to a desired temperature to be used in your recipes. It can be stored in the fridge in an airtight container with a minimal headspace for a few days, or you can freeze it. To make life easier, you can make liquid malt extract simply by reducing water in your wort. Bring it to a boil and gently simmer on medium heat until it reaches thick, honey-like consistency. It will take about 2 hours. Malt extract can be stored in the fridge for up to 2 months or can be frozen. I freeze mine in ice cube trays with flexible silicone bottoms for easier removal. Leftover spent grain consists of cellulose, fiber, and broken down proteins. It can be incorporated into bread, cookies, and other baked goods recipes. Also, can be used in soups, stews, and sausages, adding a very unique texture and enhanced flavor. It can be used wet. Simply freeze it into thin sheets so you can break off pieces as big or as small as you want for your recipes. Or you can dry it and grind it into a flour. To dry spent grain, spread it in a thin layer on baking sheet and bake at temperature of 80 degrees Celsius or 175 degrees Fahrenheit for several hours, stirring it occasionally until it is completely dry. The grain is dry when it feels completely dry to the touch and no longer sticks together. Once dry, the spent grain can be ground into a flour or stored whole. For long-term storage, you can freeze the dry grain to prevent spoilage. Making sweet wort is a laborious task, bringing unforgettable flavors and a great deal of nutrients. And if you're wondering if it's worth it, well, try it and you will know for yourself.